Celeste is my favorite video game, as you may have noticed. I have well over 500 hours of playtime and I'm still far from beating the other challenges the modded community has to offer. And now that I think about it, I have yet to truly become a beginner at the game. But how exactly will I do that? Well, I could just beat some beginner maps and call it a day, but I've already beaten hundreds of them. Yeah, I really like beginner maps. And since I don't want to make a boring video, I'll need to go much further than that. How about getting the Rainbow Berry or Strawberry Jam's beginner lobby? Surely that would finally make me a beginner at Celeste. So, how do I get this Rainbow Berry? It's pretty simple actually, you will just need to get every single silver strawberry from the lobby. That means beating all 21 maps deathless, except for the outside for some reason. This will definitely be a simple and fun project that won't take me nearly a month to complete. It all starts on the 26th of February 2026 with paint. But wait, let me explain the page you're seeing right now first. This is my submission for this taskless challenge on goldberries.net. On top you have the video of the challenge's completion. Below that you have some additional information. The campaign and map boxes are self-explanatory. The player is, well, the person who plays the map, and the verifier is the person who approves the submission, but making sure I complied to every rule concerning the completion. For example, making sure I didn't cheat. Next to that is the date achieved and the time it took for me to get the silver berry. And on the right of this case, we have the date on which I submitted my clear to the website. The player notes what I want to say about my clear, and the verifier notes what the verifier has to say about it. For example, if I have some issues with my submission. Then we have the type of challenge. It's usually C for clear, which means you will just have to beat the map without dying. And full clear, which means you need to collect every collectible of the maps. Here it's just the strawberries. And finally, we have the overall difficulty of the challenge. Here it's a tier 2. The scale goes from tier 1, the easiest, to tier 22, the hardest. And the difficulty opinion is how hard I thought the challenge was. Now that I finished yapping, I'll continue with what I was saying. So, I got this berry at 9:13 PM. And I couldn't have started this grind better than with my favorite map. First, look at how beautiful this is. Then, the OST is just amazing, just like for the entire collab, but this is special. The song is named Going on a Walk to Take My Mind Off Things for a Bit, and was penned by Benjamin, and I love it. I literally listen to it when I go on walks to take my mind off things for a bit. I'm not even joking. I didn't full clear the map because, well, I'm not doing all that honestly. But yeah, that's my favorite map of the collab and my favorite golden still to this day, and it also happened to be my very first tier 2. Then, the next day, I got 3 other silver berries, being first Loopy Lagoon in full clear, which was a lot of fun. Looping around the lagoon is very satisfying, until I saw some people pointing out that the milk makes them think of something else. And now I will never look at this map the same. Anyways, after that I got Rose Garden Silver, which was one of the 2 maps I had already goldened a long time ago but never recorded it. And honestly, I didn't mind playing this a second time. The map is great, I love the rose mechanic and I find this map to be very calming and relaxing. And to finish off the day, I completed If My Driveway Almost Did You In. And the driveway did not, in fact did me in, as I somehow got a silver berry on my second try. After a one-day break on the 1st of March, I had the most insane day of this grind, with a total of 6 maps golden. I started with the full clear of Troposphere on the first try of the day. I like the Dream Blocks mechanic, except for Dream Hypers. Never am I doing that again. So I naturally really enjoyed this map. 8 minutes after that, I got Forest Pass, and 6 minutes after that, I got Azure Caverns. The second map I had already goldened, which means that in the span of 15 minutes I managed to get 3 more silver berries to my goal. With progress this fast, I can already see the finish line. But that day wasn't over yet. I still got over the city, which was not as hard as I thought it would be. I actually really like Dashless gameplay. I'm gonna regret saying that one day. But I am a beginner after all. Then it was time for switch to Vista, very fun map by the way, and finally Strawberry Orchard. This map gets bonus points because of the word strawberry, some more bonus points because we have to carry strawberry jam. Also the map is red beginner, you know, like the subscribe button. And finally the gameplay feels very good and the map is well decorated. And yes, I will use the same argument for every map that I like. On the following day I got 2 more silver berries. First on Midnight Spire, a map that I really enjoyed, and then on Cassette Cliffs, a map that I enjoyed less. Not much to say about this day honestly, let's move on. But I wouldn't come back to Strawberry Jam until 12 days later, on the 14th of March, because I spent some time working on a project, which was actually the Celeste Darkest Maps video, which you definitely need to check out, even though the overall quality of the video is much worse. But I digress. On this day I added 2 more silver berries to my collection, those being potential for anything. A map with a great concept and good gameplay, however I spent way too much time getting it. And then I got Collapsing Skyline on my very first try to redeem myself. On the day right after this one I got a grand total of 1 silver berry, a full clear of the squeeze. This is a great map. I really feel like I'm running out of things to say about the map I played, to be fair. After that was a 6-day break, for the same reason as last time, and on the 21st of March I decided to lock in, because I only needed 6 more silver berries. And on that day I got Soap and Tree Hive, which are good maps. And finally Corsican City, which I would have enjoyed way more if I didn't die 2 times to the final room. And now we reach the final day of the grind. I decided to only keep the puzzle maps for the end because I thought those would be the hardest. And I have never been happier of making a mistake in my life. I actually really enjoyed the gifts from the stars, contrary to my first playthrough in which I suffered a lot. However, as for Drop Zone, it being easy did not make me like it any better, probably because of my skill issue. And finally, only 1 map remained between me and the Rainbow Berry. Seeing is believing. The gimmick of this map is actually very cool. You can either play it blindfolded while the friend tells you what to do, but I don't have the requirements to do that. Or you could play the map with a black screen while battling tells you where to go and what to do. Or you could cheat and see the map by saying you will play blindfolded, but lying and seeing the map, thus making it way easier. So I decided to flip a coin to see if I would do it blindfolded or not. Heads I see, tails I don't. Well, fuck. So, after collecting the silver berry, because that didn't stop a beginner like me from goldening this map, on the 22nd of March, at 7:04 PM, I got the 21st and final silver berry, which allowed me to get the rainbow berry and finish this grind. Or did it? Remember when I mentioned the non-mandatory outside golden? Well, I decided to do it anyways, to really prove to myself that I was, indeed, a beginner. So, my grind for Blueberry Bay Golden started on the 22nd of March, right after my last Silverberry. I did not lose any time to get on the grind. But the Golden for this map is a tier 3, which means that it is harder than everything that I have done until this point. So I needed to make a plan for this grind. Here's how it will go. First, I will play the entire map while trying to die as little as possible. I will do this 3 times. If my death count is low enough, I will proceed to the next step, which is beating every checkpoint deathless one by one. There's 6 of them. And finally, I will start attempts and hopefully get the golden. Here's how it went. I finished my first run at 7:32 PM with 36 deaths. Then on my second run I got 12 deaths at 7:43 PM. Then I ate, took a shower, and I was back on the grind. I finished my third run at 9:25 PM with... what the hell did I write? More than 12 deaths. It's a step back, but whatever. I still proceeded with doing every checkpoint deathless. And I got the first checkpoint at 9:31 PM, the second at 9:46 PM, the third at 9:48 PM, the fourth at 9:51 PM, the fifth at 9:54, and finally the sixth at 10:02. That went way faster than I would have expected, so I wasted no time and got the starting attempts, which I thought would be the hardest part and what I expected to take a lot more time. But 30 minutes in, I managed to get Blueberry Bay Golden, a map and grind that I loved, and now I will finally go and get the Rainbow Berry. And there it is, this absolutely gorgeous strawberry, right in front of my eyes to collect. The only thing left for me to finalize this grind that took nearly a month to complete, but really I played on 8 days in total, was to make my submission on goldberries.net, and by some weird coincidence, I started filling the form on the 24th of March at 9:13 PM, exactly 26 days to the minute after getting my first Silverberry. And when I woke up the next day, after submitting 22 maps at once by the way, my submission was verified and I can finally call myself a beginner at Celeste. Thank you very much for watching this video, but I'm not done with beginner maps just yet. I don't want to be a beginner at Celeste, I want to be the beginner at Celeste. So I'm not done with beginner maps golden just yet, but tell me, what shall I do next?